guess what? We're not going anywhere.
No.
2026 is our year.
If there's a coach that wants to win a Super Bowl, it's Jim Harbaugh. Who doesn't love a warm coffee?
That's a beast! Beast mode! My God!
Yeah.
Let's get really stressed out about all these games, and it's going to go great.
Yeah. We've been playing this all wrong.
Yeah.
I blame myself.
We'll be known as world champions, and we're gonna do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than I?
What the heck is going on there, folks? Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddy Kev Huggin Duggan.
We have a football game in a couple days.
I know it's coming in hot. Let's not forget Kyle the Coach Duggan.
Yeah, T-minus 2 days. Charger football.
T-minus 2 freaking
Mike
days.
McDaniel offense. We get to see some actual powder blues on the field. Let's freaking go, boys.
It's not all hypotheticals. We can actually watch a game in its entirety with all of our backups. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. If it's anything like the Hall of Fame game that happened this last Thursday.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy game. That was actually fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. I had a nice little cover on the last play of the game when the Cardinals lost
right.
to the Panthers. Because I had a feeling I have to bet against the Cardinals.
Of course.
Our week one opponent. And I did and won $24.
Nice. Big money.
We're already winners here at the Charger Chat, and you are too, because you get to listen to us. We've got a heck of an episode lined up for you. We got the Craig experience and an Ask Boltfam. Listen, and if nobody else is going to toot my horn, I'm going to toot it myself.
Do it.
But let's waste no time. Start at the top. Talk about our boy. This happened a couple weeks ago, but we really just want to shout it out because it was brought up again today. Listener of the show, BTFU Chargers guy, baby! Cordon into House 94, posted on social media, was trying to get a signature from Justin Herbert.
He's been going multiple years.
Third year running.
Been striking out.
Trying to get a Justin Herbert autograph.
It's not easy. If you're not a baby or a little kid, it's not easy to get one of those.
Yeah.
Exactly. So thankfully, Tarheeb still was listening. The guardian angel Tarheeb still is, and said, I'm going to find you tomorrow. I'm going to hook you up. And sure enough, he did. And it's just one of the greatest, coolest things you can see as a Charger fan in the Bolt fandom. Seeing somebody like our boy get an autograph.
And I love him. We've done a lot of Patreon hangouts with him.
Yeah, I think you had an interview with him too.
He's amazing. And also today is his birthday. So happy birthday to you. And congrats on the hat, my friend. I hope
nice little birthday present.
I hope to see you in person soon.
Sweet deal. So glad that you got that. And so glad Tarheeb still is just a man of the people, hooking our Bolt fam up, and just it's such a fun thing to see. I freaking love it. I also love to see love in the air.
PDA.
A little PDA action. Because Justin Herbert was just sitting in the grass. Madison Beer was just brushing the hair off his ear. It was just sweet.
The amount of jealous dudes that are talking shit about this is so funny to me. Nick Wright, I'm calling you out right now. You're being a total little bitch about this and saying how, I'm not going to give him any more.
Yeah.
No more airtime for Nick.
No more
that
airtime for him.
Sucky guy, but
he blows.
It's just funny. People are melting down. It's like, he just got engaged, dude.
Well, I think the other thing that was really funny, I saw a post. I don't have it in front of me, so I might not quote it perfectly, but there was like one person who was like, Joe Burrow would never. And then like 2 days later, immediately he's sitting on the side in the grass with this girl. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
What are the chances his girl saw that and was like, shoot, we gotta one up Joe. Like, this is too cute.
We got
love's more important than football.
Yeah. It's all these like football wives are like, they're flexing on each other, dude. They're they're
like
wearing their rings out to the game.
This is like high school football. Like you're dating the cheerleader and you guys meet up after practice. They're just in love. Just appreciate it. Let him have his thing.
Total prom king and queen energy from these two.
For sure.
But love to see it. It's adorable knowing now that they're engaged and it's happening. It's a done deal. What else is a done deal? It's one of our favorite things. We loved our mic'd ups. We'd love to see Coach mic'd up, Mike McDaniel mic'd up, Deion Henley, Derwin James.
Keep going.
But the GOAT, the best, is Justin Herbert mic'd up in training camp, and we get that pretty soon.
And they released a little clip, and he's hanging out with, I think Joe Alt is his best friend.
They has to be.
Yeah.
Because the camaraderie, you can feel the energy between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're best friends.
There was a clear connection between these two, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And
they're buds.
they love to josh around, joke here and there, and it's going to be great. In fact, I think it's coming out the day of this episode. So if you're watching this,
Pause,
keep your eyes peeled.
go check it out, come back, and let us know in the comments how it went.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll know then.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame game, obviously that's the day that all the Hall of Fame inductees get their acknowledgement throughout the game, and one of those was our boy Drew Brees. Got his gold jacket as well. And I don't know if you guys saw the acceptance speech, but it was really sweet. Just him acknowledging LaDainian Tomlinson, how they've known each other, they've played together, and now they're in Hall of Fame together. Like, just an absolutely beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
dude, he shouted out a bunch of Chargers. He shouted out Junior. Gatesy. Like, he shouted out a bunch of our boys. Rodney Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Because no one really thinks of him as a Charger, you know?
No.
I do, because I remember that era, but
if you're not a Charger fan, you don't think of Drew Brees as a Charger.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was, and obviously made some connection. And
and he retired in San Diego. He coaches high school football out here.
Exactly. So it's just awesome to see another former Charger make it into the Hall of Fame. But we have our own Hall of Fame at home, and that's the Chargers Hall of Fame, where they announced that 2 new guys are getting inducted, Anthony Miller and John Carney.
It's about time for Carney.
About time
Carney's
for
overdue.
Carney.
Yeah,
I
should have been.
Thought he already was.
Retired. Induct him.
Yeah. So pretty cool seeing those 2 guys get inducted. I'm sure they'll announce what game that will be talked about, because it's usually at some game in the season they will have the celebration for it.
Yeah.
But, another great video watching Anthony Miller being like, "Can I call my mom?" Like, and getting her on FaceTime and all that cool stuff. It's just a lot of good feels this last week. A lot of good. And then the other thing, I totally forgot, we didn't mention it last week. Ladd McConkey got a baby on the way.
That's right, Ladidi.
Ladidi's expecting.
Ladada.
Ladidi
Ladada.
is going to be coming in hot here soon. So just a lot of just great feels happening over in the Chargers off season, just before our first preseason game. But there's also news, big news, as far as what is going to be happening with this team. Chargers coordinator hints at a 3-way running back split. Easy for me to say. Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel told reporters he plans to use Omarion Hampton, Kamani Vidal, and Keaton Mitchell in every game, with touches going to whoever has the hot hand.
And honestly, dude, the way Kamani played last year, he 100% deserves this.
Absolutely.
Like, whoever's playing the best, you're going to get the rock. I kind of love this. You say that
fantasy wise.
Yeah, screws a lot of fantasy people up. But
I mean,
Charger fan, he's got 3 guys that he thinks can do more than enough if they're all playing. It's pretty great. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling Omarion Hampton's going to have a hot hand for the better part of the season and probably get most of the touches. But
it'll be like the NBA Jam when he just gets on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire.
And he'll just
from downtown.
But he's got to pass the ball every once in a while, so you just toss it over.
Yeah.
Still on fire.
When he needs a break, Keaton, you can have a hot hand for a little bit. Kamani, you can have a hot hand for a little bit. But the streak keeps it alive. Yeah. Other news that happened, to the dismay of many Charger fans.
This was scary.
I mean, so it happened initially in the first padded practice in San Diego. They announced that Rashawn Slater had to go off for a little bit. When I say go off, I mean go into like the blue tent.
Go off.
He's going off. Go off to the blue tent. But came back and finished practice. He was seen out there doing stretches with the team and all that good stuff. But the past few days, he hasn't been practicing. He's had a sleeve on his leg, and it's the leg. It's the patella tendon leg.
Yep. I think this is an abundance of caution, but it's still
I'm hoping,
you don't want to see that shit.
No.
Well, he came out. He's been on the field. He was smiling with Justin at the end, and it's just an abundance of caution. Like,
it has to be.
Just get him ready for week 1. We don't need to see any more out of him. Just hit the weight room and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So T's and P's for Rashawn Slater. Obviously, that's a massive injury that, it takes a long time just to heal from, let alone put pressure on, put weight on that leg and actually like perform football at the elite level that we want Rashawn Slater to play, especially after signing him to that big extension that made him the highest paid tackle in the NFL. So T's and P's for Rashawn Slater. We hope it is an abundance of caution, and hopefully all is well and everything's fine. We're all fine here.
Yeah, everything's fine. Chris
Rim tweeting out that Jim Harbaugh said that Rashawn Slater will have a vet rest day for Saturday's practice. So another rest day talking about for that. And but he is right on schedule in his return from the season-ending ruptured patellar tendon he suffered last season. So everybody's saying it's going to be
We're fine. We're fine. Deep breaths.
What's the Harbaugh thing? We're ramping up.
So ramping up.
We're ramping up, baby. It's coming. Because yes, Thursday, first preseason game against the Texans.
Holy shit, man.
Gonna be sweet.
That's crazy. That game's so fast.
Yeah,
it did.
Like it felt so long, but then as soon as training camp started, it feels like that was yesterday, and we're already here playing football.
Yeah, it's like, have we trained enough? Have we been camping enough?
Are we ready?
Yeah, are we ready for this?
I got butterflies. You guys have butterflies?
But it'll be great. It'll be a road game in Houston, which means we'll probably see a bunch of Houston freaking broadcasters, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever.
We do travel well. Charger fans do travel well. When I went out there for that Texans playoff game, there were a good amount of Charger fans out there. So, we'll see. I think there might be some excitement for us, and we might have some fans in the stands.
Fingers crossed. And then Mike McDaniel on the preseason game had this to say: preseason game or not, there's paid attendance. We're very privileged to be able to do the things that we do. I'm excited for the play clock decision making. I get very excited for preseason games just because at that point, it's been at least 6 months since you've been in this game situation. It's my favorite thing about the job. He also confirmed Monday that he will call plays from the sideline. Everything that people have done up until this point, we've kept under our roof. We're the only ones that know the secrets of how those guys have been playing, and this is their time to showcase everything they've been working on.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying. Like, let us see a little bit.
It's kind of annoying.
Like,
you might be excited. I'm kind of annoyed.
If I signed an NDA, can you just let us see a couple of clips so that we know what's going on whatsoever? Like,
I'm a season ticket holder. Can I see like some highlights or something?
Come on now.
I guess that's on me. I could have gone one of the practices. And seen,
there it is.
Yeah, whatever. It would be cool to be able to have film to watch, but I think that's what adds to the excitement of the preseason, because it's pretty much for the most of us, it's the first time we're seeing any of this new stuff go in, and it's been a while since we had a new OC and new DC all in the same season. So it's gonna be a fun thing to watch.
Big time. And what will be interesting is to see who actually goes out there and plays, because Chris Rim tweeted out that Jim Harbaugh laid out the Chargers preseason plan ahead of Thursday's game against the Texans. About 15 veterans/starters will warm up, but not play Thursday. And Harbaugh wants the starters, veterans, to play one series in the second preseason game and 2 series in the third.
He's never revealed this information.
He's ramping up.
But we're always just like, who's going to play today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the first time he's like announced what their actual plan is. So this is awesome news to have.
How do we feel about that?
Good. I think they need to get warmed
the starters
up and
playing in the
acclimated. It's a
preseason.
brand new offense.
Yeah.
Brand new D coordinator. Give them a series,
Yes.
I'm all for it.
I think so too. You can't treat these guys like they're China dolls, like they're football players. They still have to go out there and play one series 1 week and then 2 the next. It's not going to take a toll on their body per se. Like, they're going to be getting the ball out quick on passes. A lot of it's just getting in that muscle memory of full speed. Let's get after it. Sure. But he says starters, but I don't think every starter will play. I don't think it's
Rashawn Slater. I can't imagine.
Khalil Mack's not going to play. There's no point in Khalil or Derwin playing. Nothing comes from it. Now, Justin, I don't think he should play, but if he wants to get in there and throw a couple balls, get the ball out of his hand quick, not get hit at all, that's fine. Like, let him get a series in like 6-7 plays. But those other guys, you can't avoid hitting if you're an outside linebacker or a safety. So there's just, they don't need to see that. Like, they know how to play. They know how to play the game. It's not a drastically new scheme for them. So I bet you see Justin maybe a series and then 2 the third. I think it makes sense. I think it would be fun.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's the part that you mentioned that really makes me go like, okay, yeah, it makes sense is how fast McDaniel's offense is claimed to be. Like, get the ball out fast, get it going. So there's not going to be that concern that we've had with Justin in previous games of sitting in the pocket for too long, not getting the protection he deserves.
And Bozeman's not at center
regardless of who's in front of him. And then Bozeman's not there at center. So, I mean, it's honestly going to be a huge test for that offensive line, all the unproven talent that we've acquired in the draft specifically that is going to have that opportunity in these preseason games.
Well,
I'm excited to see it.
The offensive line is what I'm the most interested in because we don't have enough guys to not play all of them. Like, you're not going to start your left tackles, but I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to play to some extent. Yeah. Like, maybe Biotish won't and our left tackles won't. But they're still trying to figure out who the fuck these guards are. Yeah. So the guard, there is still a competition in place. And if you're not like a for sure starter, you're going to play, which is good for us because then we're going to be able to see what this offensive line is all about.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing that we didn't really go too in depth about or even talk about, but the unofficial depth chart did come out, and it was interesting to see, at least in the left guard situation.
There's no Trey Pipkins.
There's no Trey Pipkins. He's not listed as a left guardman.
My favorite thing, we were driving somewhere and when we were talking to Dad Kyle, and he listened to our podcast. All he wanted to talk to me is how much he disliked Trey Pipkins as well. Yeah. So he's a kindred spirit. We definitely have the same team.
He was mad that I didn't chime in on the.
No, he was pissed. He's like, "Why aren't you piling on?"
I was like, "We're on speaker. I didn't know that's what you were talking about."
It was amazing. Love you.
It was really funny, but no Trey Pipkins. So, I mean, and that's the other thing too. I think Mike McDaniel said there's no official statement on the left guard, on the starting left guard. Like, it's a constant battle until it's time. Week 1, essentially, it's what it sounds like.
Locked up his. There's like no refuting that. I guess.
That's what it seems like.
But we'll see what happens at left guard.
We will see, and we hope to see you folks over at our Patreon. Patreon.com/ChargerChat. Check out all the fun, silly videos we got going on over there. Hangouts if you're in the Special 10 Club, if you want to be part of that, and you get patches and stuff. I mean, it's cool. Check it out. Patreon.com/ChargerChat. But if you don't want to go over there, it's okay. Going over to our regular website, ChargerChat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. Chat it up with other Charger Chat tiers in the member section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. Check it out. ChargerChat.com. And if you're watching this on a subscribable platform, please hit the subscribe button. All right, folks. I mentioned it at the beginning. It's time for the next segment. You know him. You love him. It's the Craig Experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh.
Craig Experience.
Hello there.
Make yourself at home. We got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Hey, y'all. It's me, you got Craig out here in Texas, and I'm coming toward you today somewhat carefully. I want to broach this topic because, listen, I love y'all, and because I do, I'm willing to have all the conversations, including the tough ones. And there's one that I think we need to get into just a little bit, just because. I don't want to pull anybody off their high now that we're back in training camp and the season is just around the corner. But I think we got to touch on this at least a little bit. So with that said, CC gang, the biggest of salutes, and to the rest of the Boltfam was goody. Again, you got Craig out here in Texas. And welcome to this interesting edition of the TCE. That's right, the Craig Experience. So let's get into it. Again, this is a bit of an uncomfortable conversation. I feel like it's being tiptoed around a bit. And look, I totally get why. Like, nobody wants to even consider the possibility. But after Rashawn Slater went into that medical tent last week, the thought of this has been creeping me out more than Wish Nikki in the movie Obsession. That was a forewarning, by the way, in the event you decide to watch that flick, because bruh. Anyway. Slater didn't return to team drills, but he was back for post-practice workouts, and he seemed to be okay for the most part. But for like about 18 hours, the entire Chargers fan base was on pins and needles waiting to see what the following day's news would bring, because we've seen this movie before, and we know how it ends if it's bad. But really quickly, let me back up for the people who need a quick refresher. Don't know why you would, but just doing my duty here. last summer, 2025 training camp, Slater's coming off signing a 4-year, $114 million extension, highest paid offensive lineman in football by AAV. 2 weeks later-ish, something like that, ruptured patella tendon, carted off, done, gone, entire season. And that's not like a week-to-week injury. That's a you may never be the same injury. And from what I've seen historically, it takes guys like a full calendar year, sometimes more, to trust that knee if they do ever again. So fast forward, now it's August 2026. The man finally makes it back to the field, and 20 minutes into the first padded practice, he's grabbing at something and heading to the tent. You mean to tell me after everything, we're back here? Now look, I want to be fair in this situation because by all accounts, this was just a scare and not the sequel nobody wanted. I mean, even Justin Herbert himself after practice, like smiling, said that Slater wanted to go back in. And Slater's out at warm-ups actually the next morning doing his own individual work before he rejoined the team. So that's good news. That's very good news. But here's why we still have to talk about a potential contingency plan, because in the event Slater is slowly being ramped up into the season, or if the Chargers are forced to play like a large part of it without him, because when a guy's coming off a patella tendon rupture, the re-injury risk doesn't really just disappear because he passed a conditioning test in June. Like that tissue, that tendon, it's rebuilt. It's not the same until it's been tested under live competition. He's got to bang it out every single snap, those type conditions for like months. So the Chargers, Harbaugh, this front office, they have to already have like war game this. Now, don't hate me. I know this isn't a world any of us want to live in again, but let's just talk our way through what could actually happen if Slater's out for an extended stretch in 2026. We don't have to guess what that could potentially look like because we have the tape from last year. This literally already happened to the exact same team, but I digress. Let's start with option one. The obvious first move. You take Joe Alt, you slide him over to left tackle. That's what they did in 2025, the moment Slater got carted off. Now, Alt, who we know is a stud in his own right on the right side, kicks over to Herbert's blind side. And look, that's not some panic move. That's like the best available answer on the roster, like hands down. Alt's a legitimate top tier tackle. But here's the catch. And this is the part that's a little scary. Like that means your two best offensive linemen are suddenly playing musical chairs at the same position. And now you need someone else to step in at right tackle who may not be proven at that level. Which brings me to option two. Trey Pipkins. Now, credit where it's due. This dude dies about as hard as Batman because we cannot get rid of him. And the coaching staff apparently loves him. That's most likely due to his number one availability and then his versatility because he's played up and down the offensive line. Now, that's pretty much where the buck stops. And though you can't really debate the fact that he has an abundance of experience, let's not pretend he was a Pro Bowl caliber player doing it. 27 pressures allowed, 4 sacks given up, 7 penalties. Like that's not a guy you want starting 16 games at right tackle for a team with legit Super Bowl aspirations. That's a guy you tolerate for a few weeks while you figure it out. Now, here's the oh so glorious silver lining we will forever search for in the daytime with flashlight though. The front office went out and did something about it this offseason, or also last season during the year as well, kind of a combination. They didn't just like cross their fingers, they moved on from guys like Austin Deculus, Bobby Hart, and they went and got 2 new answers. You got 4th round rookie Travis Burke, who we did a review on this offseason when we went through all of our brand new LA Chargers from this year's draft. And look, also, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, they also brought in Trevor Penning last year, who they got at the trade deadline. Now, here's my honest take on that depth. Collectively, it's not tested, but I feel better about the potential. Like Burke is a rookie, dude's talented. He's rangy, he's got a strong frame, like all the traits, but he hasn't played a real NFL snap that counts. And then back to Trevor Penning. He's had an up and down career path himself. And if you've been around these parts for a while, y'all know how much I loathed Trevor Penning in the 2022 draft cycle. Like, wanted no parts of him for the Chargers at all. But his name kept being mentioned for them because they needed tackle help. And we dodged that bullet initially, but somehow he still found his way to my team. So anyway, when people say, oh, they added depth, they're fine. I need you to slow down, pump your brakes a little bit. Adding names is not the same as adding proven answers. Like, neither one of these guys right now today can be trusted to give you even half of what an alt or a healthy Slater gives you. Now, that's not me being harsh. That's just where they are on the developmental curve. Then there's also Branson Taylor getting running camp. He's another depth piece in that rotation, but he seems to be being more so entrenched at guard here in the last few days. So it's not like the cupboard is entirely bare, but depth pieces getting camp reps in August is a completely different animal than depth pieces protecting Justin Herbert in December with the season on the line. And this is why I keep hammering the urgency of this conversation, because we already know what the downside looks like. We don't have to speculate. Alt and Slater combined played 6 games between the two of them because Alt also battled his own injuries last year. And Justin Herbert, a guy this franchise is building an entire era around, took a career high 54 sacks. 50 freaking 4. That's not just a stat. That's a quarterback getting his teeth kicked in every single Sunday. And it's a minor miracle he didn't get seriously hurt himself behind that patchwork offensive line. So when I say the Chargers cannot afford to go through that again, I mean it in the most literal sense. Like, this roster, this coaching staff, they built this thing to compete now. Harbaugh's not rebuilding. He's looking to win now. Top 10 Super Bowl odds heading into this season. Like, you do not get to cash in on those odds if your $114 million left tackle and his running mate are both watching from the sideline in street clothes again. Y'all know I'm solutions oriented. So here's my actual answer to the question, what's the contingency plan? And I think it's the honest, no fluff version. So plan A is Alt kicks the left tackle, Pipkins holds down right tackle, and you pray it's short term. That plan worked as a band-aid last year in the sense that they survived games, but it did not work in the sense that it cost them their season and nearly cost them their quarterback's health. Plan B, and I think this is the one nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody in that building is thinking about, is the Chargers have to be on the phone if this becomes like a multi-week situation. Not a let's see how camp goes call. Like, they have to place a real call. Say, like, potentially to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's the team that's been floated as a squad that's got tackle depth to spare, you know? And if I'm the Chargers front office, I got that number saved in my favorites before week 1, even before anything kicks off. Just saying. Like, you don't wait until week 6 to start making calls when you already know what a barren tackle room costs you. Because here's like the bottom line, and I'll leave you with this. The margin for error at that position for this team is basically 0. They've already lived through the worst case scenario once. Ownership knows that. Harbaugh knows it. Herbert absolutely knows it. And he's the one who took the hits, the brunt of it. So if Slater so much as tweaks that knee again in September or October, this isn't a wait and see situation for LA. This has to be like an immediate, aggressive, all hands on response, because we've already seen what happens when they don't have one. But hey, with all that considered, all of that potential, and well-warranted concern, of course, this team has one major component in 2026 that would aid in circumventing another worst-case offensive line scenario. Y'all know who that is? Come on, say it with me. That's right, baby. Mike freaking McDaniel, the snowman himself, Mr. 17-5. And in him, I trust. So, that's it for me this week. Thank y'all for bearing through it. I know that wasn't the most fun segment, but I felt like it's something we needed to talk about. Just in case. But anyway, be sure to tap in with my guy Garrett and I over on the Lightning Round podcast. And until the next time, fellas, appreciate you. Love you. And y'all know who it is. It's Mr. TOP_FLYT3 over on X or the Bird app, whatever you want to refer to it as. You may also know me as Mr. Bolt Gang or Do Not Bang. But whatever you want to call me, here for you as always. Love you, Boltfam. Until the next one, K. Love you. Bye.
Well, there you go, folks. Another sobering Craig experience.
Thank you,
to
Craig.
say the least.
Scared the shit out of me with our tackle situation a little bit.
I know you said he who should not be named as possible.
More of a gloom, possibly doom situation.
Right.
Doom and gloom.
I mean, and that's the thing is like we don't know. We're praying that it's just an abundance of caution. And hopefully that it does end up being the case. But it's good to at least look at,
they're all valid points. They just scare me. Everything
they scare him too.
I'm just not ready to talk about those options yet. I'm still living in clouds at the moment. So
that's always on this podcast. It's like we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah. And right now, let's just enjoy.
I'll fall
this
to
moment.
earth when I'm damn well ready.
Exactly. So, but great points as always, Craig. So thank you, buddy, for giving us another killer Craig experience.
Thanks, buddy.
And now, folks, time to go into the next segment. Ask Boltfam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam. We start at the top with Kahani. Who asked the question?
Year 3 of Harbaugh and Ortiz. With how disastrous the O-line has been, and this year finally making moves, quantity over quality, barring injuries. If the O-line is the team's weak point again, should the team seek to move on from Harbaugh and Ortiz?
I spent too many years without him. I felt those. I love where this is going. So even if it's a bad offensive year, we're still making the playoffs. It's still going to be fine.
The grass is like a worst not case. Greener.
No, no, thank you.
Yeah,
who else would you want?
Exactly. I was going to say, like, who else would you get?
Nada.
We can't keep playing. Well, if we didn't make it this year, I guess we're not those teams that like if you don't make the playoffs, get a new coach. Don't make the playoffs, get a new coach. Like
you got to give them a chance to really get it going, man. It's not like it's great when you can turn it around in 1 year, but it's just give them some time.
I'm going to say this: never fire Coach Harbaugh. Just write it out.
100%.
See what happens.
What happened at Michigan? He was up there for a long time, and then he finally did it.
Yeah.
Don't bail before it's matured.
How many coaches have we tried? None of them have ever won. Well, like I just don't think there's this magical coach out there not hired by another team that's going to come in and immediately turn things around.
Exactly.
I would rather just ride with the culture that we've built, like trust the process a little bit. And let him write it out. I don't know. Like once he's ready to be like, yeah, I can't win here and retire, then you go find a new coach. But I don't know. Maybe talk to me in a couple years from now. But right now, this is not on my radar.
We're in the golden age at the moment. So let's enjoy the fruits of our long-awaited labor and problems we've dealt with for the last how many years? 30 plus years of being Charger fans. So.
I mean, that's
cool. This is the best I've felt it in my entire time as being a Chargers fan.
Even hearing about Rashawn's situation, like I still feel good about the season.
Yeah,
like there's still so many great pieces in place. Mike McDaniel, especially, and that's the other thing too that you got to put into consideration. Like last year, you had the worst offensive line. You can argue that it was Justin Herbert that willed us to the playoffs, and he probably did. But I think it is because of the coach Jim Harbaugh, because of the front office with Ortiz that actually made that situation happen. Like I don't know that we get to the playoffs without those guys in their positions. Justin Herbert is an amazing player, and I love him, and I want him on this team, and I want him surrounded by talent. And I don't think you get that culture that Kyle said in talent without Jim Harbaugh and Ortiz. So no, he stays. I'm keeping him.
Thanks for the question.
But I appreciate the question, Kahani. Yeah. Thank you for asking it. Let's move on now to OM Run, who asked the question. Why don't NFL fans share Kevin's opinion that Herbert PDA is alpha shit? Because Herbert being petted by a woman other guys want is alpha shit. Also, you can see that ring from space, which is also alpha shit.
I don't know. I'm going to throw that into the hat for episode titles.
Alpha shit. Why doesn't everybody else share your opinion?
Jealous and they're single.
You jelly sons of
That's
bitches.
what's happening.
Yeah. You
pretty alpha
wish
to
you could
bring your-
land a Madison beer.
Yeah, bring your fiance to practice and just sit on the lawn
Yeah,
while she
your
pets you.
smoke show fiance touring
pretty
around the world that you get to tour with. She gets to sing to you. You know she sings to him. You
Every
know
night
that
to go to
happens.
bed. And you know what the biggest beta move ever is? Complaining online. That's the biggest beta move of all time.
Yeah. That's just a bunch of crybabies out there, OM Run. That's all I can say.
OM Run, you and I are on the same page, my
Some
guy.
selfish babies, but thank you for asking the question.
Alpha shit.
Yes. Let's move it on now to Tom Lytle, who asked the question. Hello again to the distinguished gentleman and our wonderful host of Charger Chat. We have a game coming up next Thursday. Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo. For me, I can't wait to watch the O-line. For each of you, who is the player you want or think will stand out? And let's do one for offense and one for defense. F the KC Queens, the Denver Jackasses, and the Vegas Roombas. K, love you, bye.
That script was written for
Yahoo,
Jackie
Yahoo, Yahoo.
All right, Tom, love you, buddy. Great question. Who is a player that we want or think will stand out, offense or defense?
Good question.
I think defensively, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nadami Tucker. I'm excited to see him get some real rep. I feel like there's been a lot of buzz about him. I've seen a lot of tweets about him being successful at practice. So to finally see him against NFL level competition, because coming from a smaller school, that's always going to be the knock on you as you played at Western Michigan. You didn't play against the best tackles in college football. So I'm really, really looking forward to what he can do. And I'm, based on what I've heard, I'm believing that he's going to have a big game with a lot of opportunity with not playing a lot of our starter guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one of the guys that will stick on defense, I think Junior Colson, because he's going to get a lot of reps. And I think we'll find out pretty quick how well he does against backups on the other team, if he's going to be a player or not. And if he is, I think it'll be cool to see that. So that's the one I'm looking forward to on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have one on defense and one on offense. For me, defensively, a name that I keep seeing buzz online, who's poised to have a pretty good year, is Justin Aboigbe. I feel like he's getting a lot of attention in these training camp days and making some good plays. So curious to see if that translates to a preseason game at the very least. And offensively, because of the situation that Craig just talked about, I'm really curious to see how Burke plays, and I hope that he has a great game. Because if Texans have anything great, they have a pretty dang good defense. So it's a great opportunity to see what those other offensive tackles can do against a team like that.
Yeah, I think offense for me, it's kind of, you probably were not going to expect this, but I've heard great things. DJ Ugalele. I think what he could do in this offense, and apparently he's playing better. He's way better than last year, and he's had huge strides.
He had some great plays last year.
We'll see if he's going to be the reason if our offense is humming and looking good tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get a lot of those third and fourth quarter reps. So I'm looking forward to seeing if all the news coming out of camp about him looking great this year are true.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard for me to pick an offensive guy just because I don't know who all is going to play week one. I want to see Brendan Thompson play, and I think he should play. I think it sounds like he's playing well enough to be able to at least be in the mix for our real offense once the season starts. Not a every down guy. He's not one of your top three, but definitely have some plays where you can utilize his speed. So I think it would be cool to see him be able to do that here in the preseason. But then it's like you talk about what are they going to do with the running back room? You have a three-headed monster that you say is going to get a bunch of touches all season. Who's going to run the ball in the preseason? It's going to be Jarrett Patterson, 100% of the snaps, apparently.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That will be,
If that's the case, he's probably going to have a big game.
There you go.
Whoever's at running back is probably going to have a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where who ends up filling that position come Thursday. But Tom, buddy, thank you for asking the question.
Thanks, brother.
Let's move on now to Zach Shelton, who asked the question.
A lot of people are making a big deal about the viral moment with him and Madison Beer on the sidelines during training camp. Non-Chargers fans are being negative about it because they believe that he should be more focused on the game, given his record in the playoffs, rather than being with his girl. Never mind that. It is a family day with other family members of other players there as well. So I know that people say that once he wins his first playoff game, then all the talk will start to go down. But my question is only one win enough? I feel like the only way for people to really turn the corner on him is if they get to the AFC Championship game at least. So my question is, do you think getting one win in the playoffs will be enough to silence the critics? Or do you think we need to go further?
Right. Great question there, Zach. It is probably the biggest talked about thing for Herbert because we are in that time of year where NFL's dropping their top 100 list, and some people are crying that Herbert is higher than their quarterback, Denver.
Yeah.
But it is the knock. I mean, is the only knock on Herbert right now is that we've been in the playoffs multiple times. Apparently, he's the only one out there playing because he's the only name that gets brought up when we don't get a freaking win. But is one win enough?
I think it's just going to be haterade no matter what. Like people, there's certain people in the media that have made their like careers based around,
right?
Yeah, being just shitty to Herbert, shitty about Herbert. So I don't think it's one of those situations. Now he's the prom king with the prom queen. How did you feel about the prom king in high school? Kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't even remember.
So yeah, I don't even remember. I just remember not being a fan.
It wasn't me. I know that much.
Were you a fan? I wasn't necessarily a fan. So yeah, I just think the idea that all of a sudden one day it's gonna go away is not the case. We're just embrace it. They can be. Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, wasn't that Phillip Rivers' whole career too? You know, like unless you win the Super Bowl, they're gonna hold that over you as a quarterback. No matter how successful you are, no matter how many playoff wins you have, unless you win a Super Bowl, that's gonna be what people talk about. So let's just go win the Super Bowl.
And I could see even a crazier thing where let's say, everything goes perfectly and we win a Super Bowl. They only did it because of Mike McDaniel.
Oh, well,
you know what I mean? Like they're going to be able to spin this shit whatever which way they want.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because they've already made up their mind.
Yeah. They're either going to spin it or they're just going to move the bar.
Yeah.
Which is going to be like, okay, yeah, you got to play out
2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he needs to get 2.
He's got to have at least
Sam Darnold even won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He hasn't won MVP yet. What can you even take him seriously?
What a joke.
What a joke.
What a joke. Overrated.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zach, I think the haters are always going to be there, regardless of the situation.
Just add it to some Gatorade and have some haterade.
Yeah, it's drink a big tall glass of haterade.
It'll hydrate you.
Smile and wave, and everything will be a-okay. Zach, buddy, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Athir Kadir.
Kadir.
Who asked the question?
Hello, Charger Chat, my lovely family. Hello, Bolt Fam, my awesome fans. I love you so much, baby. This week, I got 2 important comments and 1 question, please, baby. First, if anyone thinks that they will give Ortiz his flowers after winning the Super Bowl, that'll not happen, baby. He came from Baltimore, baby. I hate him forever and the Ravens, baby. Fuck both of them. Second, the Chargers will win the Super Bowl because of Herbie, my coach I love, McDaniel, and O'Leary, not because of Ortiz, baby. Let's go back to 2001. Patriots won the Super Bowl because of Brady, Belichick, and a great defense, not because of a dumbass moron Scott Pioli, the GM, baby. I need your thoughts, please. My question is, where the Chargers offense and defense needs to be ranked to be successful in the playoffs? I'm going first. Offense, top 4. Defense, top 7, baby. We start with my lovely Coach Kyle. Then we go to my awesome friend Kevin. And we finish with my baby, my love, my heart, my life, Bulldog. I fucking love you all, Charger Chat. And yes, fuck Ortiz and the Ravens. Okay, love you. Bye, baby.
We need a record
Put on
scratch.
the brakes.
Yeah, what? I think you need to take a bye week.
Do you guys remember?
Take a break.
Do you remember the
Take a week
history
off.
of what's the history behind Athir's hatred for the Ravens?
It came out of nowhere. I don't know.
It's because they beat us on a night that he had off, and he was mad about it.
That's
So that team forever.
And dude, our GM because he's associated with them.
Because that's where he came from.
I think just in fairness to this question, let's answer out of order. Just to throw a little shade at Athir. Because I'm going to start first.
Do it.
Athir.
Okay.
No. What are you talking about, Athir? You're smarter than this. I'm not going to let you just say whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, all the time. This is not okay, Athir.
Yeah.
Ortiz is drafting like an absolute champ right now. I don't know if you remember AJ Smith. I don't know if you remember Tom Telesco. I remember them vividly, and that's not what this is. So even though he was a Raven, we all got to start somewhere, baby. Right?
That's right, baby.
It's not his fault. That's where he got hired first, and now this is where he is now.
Yeah.
So let's embrace.
He chose us over the Ravens.
Yeah. And until you start bringing some positive energy to these questions, we're going to answer it in the order we choose.
Well, technically, he sandwiches it with a lot of love. Like
I love you, but sometimes as a brother or a friend, I got to check
kind of like
sometimes.
It's like a shit sandwich. Like he's nice on the outside, in the middle,
and because it's on the outside, you go, oh, what a good looking
sandwich. It might have good texture, but it tastes like shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
What?
There's a lot of in this sandwich.
No, you didn't answer the question, Kevin. You said you were going to answer first. What are the?
I think that's also. I'm not going to actually answer the question. I'm out of order, and I'm not answering.
And I refuse to answer under the grounds.
So we get a little more positivity from you, Athir. Well, we love you, Athir. Come on, baby.
I'll kind of answer without answering because
that's awesome.
I think whether they finish top 10, top 15, top 5, I don't really care. As long as they're winning, I don't care where they finish statistically as an offense or as a defense. Because if you remember correctly, there was a season where we finished first in offense, first in total defense, and missed the playoffs.
30
So I don't measure success based on that because we've been at the pinnacle of both of those and still not made the playoffs. So as long as we're winning football games, I don't care. But I think in order to be a really good team, you got to be in the top half of the league, if not top 10 in both, to be really, really considered a dominant team. So if we're top 10 in both, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Average out the three teams, add special teams, because that's where we got hurt. Exactly to your point.
Yeah.
If you can be in the top 15, averaged out between all three of them, you're going to be a playoff team. No problem.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah. And that's for all intents and purposes because of the offseason moves that we made for this offensive line, for any possible injury that may happen in any near future to anybody. It's because of Ortiz. It's because of that front office going out there and picking those guys and ensuring that the situations that we've been in before don't happen again.
Please.
So there you go, Athir, buddy.
We still love you.
We love you.
Sometimes
you got to check your loved ones every once in a while.
Sometimes you got to get a little hip check when you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need to put a little milk in that spice cauldron you got going on over there.
Yeah.
Even out the pH levels, Athir, buddy.
Sometimes when your brother's sleeping, you put his hand in warm water and he pisses himself. But it's for the greater good, and that's what we're trying to help you with.
I don't know how that's for the greater good, but I'm here for it. Athir, buddy.
I'm on a roll.
You are.
Love your roll.
That's why I'm saying I'm here for it.
I'm just rolling, baby.
Thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Tony Francis, who asked the question.
Listen up, cadets. 29 days to the start of football season. 29 more days until the Chargers begin the quest for one. My first question is directed to you, Coach. Name one player on the team no one is talking about that will make the Pro Bowl this year. Time for a Pro Bowl bolt prediction, Coach. My second question is directed to you, Kev. If Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel are sitting next to each other on a long car ride for 12 hours, what do you think they're talking about? Other than football, name 3 things you would assume they have in common. And my last question is directed to you, old dog. I saw you bought a jersey, soldier. You fucking did it, cadet. I'm so proud of you. Now on to my question. If Joe Alt agreed to come on the podcast for an interview, what is one very interesting question you would ask him that no one has ever asked him before? Hey, as always, the Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, boobies, and suck my butt.
Congratulations. I forgot to mention congrats on the New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I did.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
I did it.
And he got a good one, too.
Yeah, I got a good Joe
He's
Alt
not messing
jersey.
around, dude. He's
wearing
locked in.
it. Come football season. It's going to be on. But Tony, great questions as always. Starting with you, Coach. Who is the dark horse to make the Pro Bowl on this team?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways I feel like I could attack this question, because the guy that comes to mind right away, it's not that it's not necessarily talked about, because I feel like our social media team talks about him constantly and he's being interviewed and like hosting shows now. But I don't think he's talked about on like a national level as a top tier player at his position. But I think it's Deion Henley. I think he is a Pro Bowl linebacker. And I think last year he finally kind of put his name in the hat, like, consider me. I'm here now. And I think this will be the year that he goes out and actually earns that Pro Bowl nod for the first time. So he's talked about within our circle, but I don't think on the national level, I don't think he's considered in that upper echelon of linebacker yet. But I think this will be the year that he makes the Pro Bowl.
Hell yeah. I couldn't agree with that more. I'd love to see Deion in the Pro Bowl.
And he was slightly hurt last year, too. So maybe that.
He was slightly hurt. He had.
And his
brother,
his brother passed.
That was a really tough thing. But I mean, the way he bounced back on that Tennessee game was
he had some
awesome.
He had some big time numbers last year. Dude. I'm just kind of shocked he didn't make it.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, Kevin, Mike McDaniel, Justin Herbert sitting in a 12-hour car ride. Awesome, by the way. There should be cameras on that entire car ride.
That'd be wild.
But besides football, what are these two knuckleheads talking about?
I think Justin's just kind of sitting there while McDaniel kind of butterflies around. You know what I mean? I think the energy, because I'm listening to his press conferences, it's just like,
which he's done many.
Whoa,
yeah,
it's like awesome.
It is,
but like that'd be a hard 12-hour car ride. So they clearly have football in common. What else would they be into? Maybe pop music. Talk about Little Madison beer action.
Yeah,
in a respectful way.
Yeah,
like not to like get your lady
in a respectful way.
I like her music.
Let's
I like
talk
her
about the genre.
I like her for her music. Let's talk about pop genre.
She's got a great heart.
Great heart. Full heart.
Full ice.
Can't lose.
Can't lose.
I think that's a good topic that they can sit on for a while. I don't know what else truly they would have in common other than
karaoke.
They're pretty funny. We did listen to the podcast with McDaniel, and he was Dan Soder.
Dan Soder, yeah.
And they're like longtime friends. He's really funny. So they'd probably just be like this, where they just be making each other laugh all the time, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see like they both seem like avid movie watchers.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Justin Herbert's an avid movie watcher, and I feel like McDaniel just has some like good references. They probably do like a quote off with each other.
Oh, quote off for sure.
Like just quoting movies and stuff like that.
And I think the third, it is football related, not Charger related. So it's like a little thing. I think they just kind of, McDaniel talks about how bad Tua is for a little while and just compliments Herbert.
Oh,
how
they
much
bond over there.
They bond over how bad Tua was, and there's no way he should have gotten picked over Justin. Just a nice little sesh. It probably only lasts about 10 minutes out of the whole thing,
but it's something.
Yeah, I would say like 80% Madison, and then a little bit of that.
All right, very good. All right, and the last question: if Joe Alt was on the show, what is one very interesting question you would have? It's the very. And
that'd be very interesting.
Like, that's a hard qualifier. I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is to try to find something that we can have in common to talk to him about, because then it could be a conversation, not necessarily just let me ask a question and get a response.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one thing that we could bond over based off of his reaction from one of the games last year, I don't remember which one, but I think we were in Navy's. And we won, and they did that run down the hallway, and he said, time for some victory cookies. I think we could talk about cookies. Yeah. I think we could have a discussion about best ones, dunk them in milk. Are you a milk guy, Joe?
A lot of variables.
Yeah. What is a victory cookie? Like, what does that entail? Does he make cookies? Is he a cookie? Is he a baker, Joe Alt? Is that something that you're into? Do you make protein cookies because you're a big guy and you got to stay fit and in shape? I don't know. These are the questions.
And if that doesn't work out, you can just ask me if he has an innie or an outie. That'd be a very interesting
That's true. I doubt anybody's asked him that.
Do you have an innie or an outie?
I doubt any linemen have outies.
No, for sure. But if he did, that would be that would be very interesting.
That would be.
That'd be
boxers are
cause for concern.
I think that. Yeah, I think that's a sports hernia. But
yeah,
and you might want to get that looked at.
Outie nonetheless.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go, Tony, buddy. Thank you for asking the questions. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions. And Ask Boltfam, we greatly appreciate it. Football is freaking back, baby. We're going to see some Chargers play on Thursday. We cannot wait. But that's going to do it for this episode of Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
No.
Two more sleeps.
Back.
We're there.
Two more sleeps. It's like Christmas. How many sleeps until football?
Oh,
two more.
Just two more, baby.
Utah.
Give me two more sleeps.
That's
going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Kill love you, bye.
Kill love you, bye.
Kill love you, bye. And now, a word from our sponsors. Football is dangerous. You've taken hits from 300-pound linebackers. You've played through rain, snow, and overtime. That's why when you need a place to stay, it should be safe. Welcome to the Safety Suites, where danger is simply not invited. There are no sharp edges, no slippery surfaces, no suspicious throw rugs. Actually, there are no throw rugs at all. We even designed our toilets to minimize unnecessary athletic movement. Even the lamps have been instructed to keep their distance. Because when you're recovering from a football injury, the last thing you need is to pull a hamstring reaching for the shampoo. The Safety Suites. An abundance of caution.